jumping off a train, taking him to a death camp, and finally to end up at a death camp very close to death. I mean, so close that they actually walked him out to a death pit, and a German officer said, "Hey, he's healthy enough. Put him in a work camp." And by some stroke of luck, my dad was sent to work with Oskar Schindler. And so my dad is on Schindler's List, but more than that, he worked with Schindler closely, and they became close enough that by the end of the war, my dad actually drove Schindler and his wife and children out of Germany, and uh, and actually drove the car. I believe it was a lorry.
Wow.
And so, yeah, my dad, like if any of you saw Schindler's List, the man who ran the camp, the SS officer who ran that concentration camp, used to go out on his balcony and shoot people every morning. My dad actually had hunted him down. So the American military, for a short stint, they appreciated his 9 languages. He had learned most of them on the street or in the camps during the war, and they did become an interpreter at Yalta, which were border conferences and peace treaties, and but they in short time recognized that my dad had visual recognition of that man, and they enrolled him into the what was called the denazification program. So, like you mentioned, Nazi hunter. My dad was a Nazi hunter, and he actually found that man, and found SS men, brought them to Nuremberg, which was Nuremberg, Germany, where the war trials were, which are the biggest and first of its kind. And those men had a fair trial and were hung. So I don't know. That was ultimate retribution, of course, for my dad, I think. But he had other parts of the war too. He smuggled Jews out of Russia, and that was called Exodus. And but so what a struggle to
Yeah.
finally make it to America, and then to find out everybody had been killed, and then and only then to uh, sail up to Ellis Island and the Statue of Liberty. And what a proud immigrant my dad was, to eventually become naturalized and become a citizen. And back then, my dad, it was a huge thing to become naturalized as an American citizen. And my dad was so very proud of his American citizenship. And he came here with nothing. And he came so I could have a better life and he could have a better life. And he came to make a new life in America
Yeah.
and enjoy all the freedom and opportunity, and which, like so many have through really the centuries. The backbone of America is that immigrants who came in pursuit of a free life.
Absolutely.
So that's a little bit more about my dad.